I'm not used to this two-screen thing. Hey, and it looks like we are live, streaming live here tonight. Yay! So, yay! It looks like it's happening. I'm using StreamYard, which is something I'm not quite used to, so everyone has to bear with me. And I have a beautiful special guest with me tonight, Andy Lang. And hang on, I'm just going to turn my phone down. We're just going to make sure we're good to go with all our social media bits and pieces. And I can see we've got a couple of people watching even, so that is really exciting. My name is Kay Hamilton, and I'm all over supporting people to step into their courage so that you can live with the best version of who you are possible. And tonight I have a special guest with me, and this is Andy Lang. So welcome, Andy.
Hello, thank you for having me, Kay.
Excellent. Our very first show together, so I'm really, really excited because we're hoping this is first of more things, good things to come. And this is Andy's first time on the Spiritual Events Directory. So what I will be doing is I'll be having a bit of a chat to Andy. I'm going to ask him what his expertise are, because you're going to be quite surprised by Andy's amazing skills and his intuition and his ability to tune into some brilliant messages for you. So throughout the session, we're going to have a bit of a conversation, and we're also going to be offering some little readings, and we're going to let you know where you can find us so that you can step into the full version of your own personal brilliance, which is really what it's all about. So, Andy, welcome. And I'm always loving to talk about courage and what courage means to us and how we can support ourselves through courage. But what I'd like to do before we get into the courage, my first question is, what does courage mean to you? And also, you can tell me a little bit tell everyone what you do and how you work, because I know that you have some brilliant skills and they're just going to love what you've got to share tonight.
So as a day job, I am a psychic medium. That is my full-time job, 5 days a week.
Yes.
Sometimes 6, obviously.
Yes.
I also run a beautiful little festival in southern Tasmania called New Age Festival, which, of course, you yourself, Kay, are a part of.
Yes.
And courage is a big thing to me, because for a long time, when I was a few years ago, before I was taking the big steps to come out in the public eye, I was, and I'll use the word, afraid. So I had to activate my courage.
Yes.
And show myself exactly what I needed to do to put myself out and to do readings for the general public.
Yes.
And that was 12 years ago. And now to see exactly where I've come and to see how I've started to build up my business, it's amazing, because, as I said, I just lacked the courage and lacked that direction.
Yes.
And it just needed to sink in of, okay, courage needs to be about me. It doesn't need to be the same for anybody else. It doesn't need to relate to anybody else. As long as the courage is in finding what I want to do, finding the opportunities.
Absolutely. And Andy, if you hadn't stepped into your courage, what do you think would have happened to you, or where do you think your life would have taken you?
I still think I would be in the boring corporate world, working for a bank, which I was before I started my career. I was working for one of the big 4 banks and not enjoying it.
Yes.
So I still think I've been back in the corporate world, sitting at a desk and not loving a job every day.
No, I didn't know that about you, Andy, because I've always met you at Expos, and to me, you've always been the psychic reader. So I never knew anything about that, the back end of your life. Like me, I'm a school teacher, and I'm transitioning away from permanent work and doing lots and lots of different things. Now, Andy and I both have in common the ability to offer messages and to support people. But the other thing we both have in common is that we both love Young Living essential oils.
We do.
So, yes. So could you share a little bit of what you love about the oils? Do you have a favourite oil? How do you use them? Just share something that you think would be valuable.
So I was introduced to the oils a few years ago, and I had Kay keep asking me, and I kept going, I'll get to it, never did. And one day I finally brought a kit, And I remember getting the kit in the mail, waiting patiently all day at home, having the day off work so I could open them, have a smell, and see what they were like. And I found a few that I loved. My first favourite was a cedarwood.
Yes.
Just the smell and the relaxation. And then I actually won one of your little competitions, Kay, and I got a Valor.
Oh, lucky you.
So I was very lucky in winning that. And that has actually turned into my favourite. I use that every day before I come in and start my day of readings.
Yes.
I place a bit of it over my third eye and just on each wrist. And that just keeps me motivated through the rest of the day.
Wonderful.
So I'm virtually going in like Gary Young did and having my protection on every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've also got a daughter.
I do. I have a 4-year-old.
Yeah, and you do a mighty job looking after your daughter. Tell me, has your daughter fallen in love with the oils as well?
I think she's fell in love a bit more than I did at the first because it's an amazing journey. We now have diffusers all over the house.
Yes.
Of an evening, it's a routine for us both. She'll come in and get my box that's in front of me of oils from my office, and she'll put them on in her bedroom. She'll choose 3 for the night.
Yes, 3. I love that number. Excellent.
Yep. She'll have 3 in her diffuser, and she'll put 1 on her skin.
Oh, beautiful.
She just loves the smells and etc. And she really finds it a lot calmer to sleep with, so to speak. So I noticed that it's easy to get her back into her own room, as you know. Like, they just want to come into mum and dad all the time, especially dad. And it's like, because it's only her and I. So she's like, oh, I want to go with dad. So it's made her go back into her room and know that they are looking after her. They're keeping her getting that sleep again, and she's having the solid sleep instead of the broken sleep.
Oh, that's really good to know. So there's a bit of a security for her. And I love that idea that you have that ritual at the end of the night, because when my children were young, we would hop into bed and read a book, but I didn't have these beautiful oils when I was a mum. 4 children.
And we still have the book thing, don't worry.
Yes, good, excellent.
Nothing more important than a book, but at the same time, you've got a beautiful aroma coming around you, but a lot of the benefits and the well-being that you actually get from the oil as well is such an added bonus sometimes. Yes,
absolutely. And what I love is that I just love the idea that you're actually empowering her, and you're passing on, you're giving her the trust to choose her own oil. So I really love that. I always think it's a good idea to hand it over to the children so that they can come towards what they like and they get to know their favourites. And part of what I do is, and why I love to share these beautiful oils, is what I really love is the idea that I'm passing on something that's very special, and I feel like it's always a blessing to open the door and say to people, grab yourself a kit of oils because they're life-changing. So would you agree with that?
I would totally agree. And even seeing now that the oils are even coming in like a smaller version, so to speak, from the premium starter kit. It's like, oh, wow, look at all the changes, and that's going to be so more easier for people that want to get that kickstart, so to speak.
Yes, but that's right.
Yes. And that's what they've done to my life, really, again. It's just kickstarted.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually feel like I run on oils. Like, you think of a car runs on oils and it keeps everything smooth, and, a well-oiled car is going to keep running. And I feel like we're like that. Our body needs to be nurtured, our mind and our spirit. And to me, picking up an oil is going to help with all those beautiful messages that go on, and help with that synergistic effect to keep us up and running. That's how I feel about them.
But that's it. And since I'm somebody that really likes to set the mood for the day, I come in the morning, and that's how I do it with my oils and putting them in the diffuser in the office, because the first thing people always say is how beautiful the feel actually is coming in. And absolutely. I always say a part of it is because of the oils are in the background doing their magic.
Yeah,
people even knowing.
Absolutely. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, so we've got some people here. I better tune in to all you lovely people. Can you see the comments, Andy?
I can. I have my phone up in the opposite screen, so it's all
good. Oh, good on you. So I've got 2 screens going here too. I love Colette Jade. Essential oils is life. Absolutely. So, and I always put in a plug for Young Living, because they're the oils that I talk about, because I know how the frequency and the vibrations of our oils are, to me, the best thing that I've ever experienced. And they certainly help me to raise my vibrations. So I have come through a journey with the oils, and my mission now is to activate the courage in other people so that they can live to their full brilliance. So what I'm going to ask all of you people, I can see how much are kits and how many do you get and how much. Oh, I love it. Paula King, depends what country you're in, and I love a straight shooter. So in our kits, it's a great question. In our kits we have, Andy, I think you got the older kit with, I don't know whether you've got maybe 11 or maybe 10 oils, and the new kit has 12 oils now, and it comes so the new kit's even better. Comes with Bella, and comes with peace and calming, frankincense, peppermint, lavender, orange, and lemon. And it comes with some of our beautiful blends like Thieves, Hanaway. What else is there? Stress Away. Who does not need Stress Away? And what else? I can't quite think. So a beautiful kit of 12 oils, and it also comes with a diffuser, and this is a diffuser, Andy, that I've bought with one of my kits, and it's called a lantern diffuser, and it's absolutely beautiful. And Kerry's on here tonight. She's another lady who absolutely loves using these oils. So what I'm going to do, and good to see you, David. Yay, nice to see you, Eva, and Aaron, and Maria, and all those lovely people. So what I'm going to do is ask you if you would you like to tell us what you want to activate your courage, or if you want Andy to do a reading. Now, remember, some of you might be just tuning in. Andy is a psychic reader, so he's going to be scanning all the names there. And if you would like a reading, you need to jump up and down and say, yes, please pick me, or yes, please. But also, if you tell us what you would like to activate your courage for, that might help Andy give you a more direct message. And between the two of us, we're going to suggest maybe what oil, or Andy might even like to pull an oil out. So I'm going to, have you found anyone, Andy, that you would be interested in working with yet? Paula King. Yeah, go.
Paula King, well, you can see Paula's comment a couple of times. So if Paula would like, I am happy to, pull a couple of cards out of a deck for her.
Yes, okay. And do you want a reading, please, Kerry? Here's another one. Pick me. Now, reading, Kerry's one of my regular visitors, so she knows the drill. Pick me, please. So we can line you up to Andy, pick me. Yes, lovely David over in the States. Nice to see you up. All right, have you got anyone out of that? Jumping up and down. So
and she's happy.
Yes.
So let me just give a quick shuffle. I gave them all a quick shuffle before I jumped on anyway.
Excellent. Now, if you're going to ask for some guidance, let us know. Give us some specifics. It doesn't necessarily mean we're just going to give you some inspiration, motivation, direction. And Andy's picking. Who are you picking for, Andy?
Paula.
Paula King. Right. So I'll write your name down, Paula.
And it's quite interesting, the cards that have come out. So I've drawn 3 out, and we've gone the Fool, Strength, and the Queen of Swords. So the Fool is turning away from the past, so to speak, for you, Paula, and virtually saying that it's time to get ready to move on. There's a lot of changes going to be happening around you, but you've got to be happy to look behind you and finally say goodbye. It's just been, I don't know what situation you're saying goodbye to, but it's just looking back and saying goodbye so you can let that inner child back out to play with. Now,
yeah, go.
When I look at the word strength's the big one to me, because sometimes you can be the one that's not always heard, or not always the one that's, how do I say, you're not a pushy person. You don't want to be always noticed. But the way I see it for you is you're actually somebody that you're very much on a huge journey at the moment. You're on a learning journey of all about inspiration, but changing your inspirations to make yourself inspirational into your eyes for the first time. You're the one that always backs everybody up, and you've always got exactly what Kay's talking about tonight, the courage and strength to help somebody in need. You're the first one that's going to go to the line and pull the fawn out of their paw, etc. you're the first person that wants to step up. You've got the eternity sign around you a lot, so that virtually shows me that you're a carer on all the different levels. It's time that you do step back into nature sometimes and have that, how do I say that, mental rest, because you just take everything on and always listening. But the last one for you I want to say is the Queen of Swords. It's like you're finally standing up. I do see you starting to stand up for what you believe in and make a few changes around life. So I'm not sure if this is work or home, but I really want to say I'm looking at career-wise, and I'm really looking about a bit of change with the Queen of Swords, because how she keeps telling me is, okay, I'm going to stand up by myself for the first time, and I'm going to make these changes. I'm going to make the changes that I want for my career, not what somebody else wants for me. As I said, you're a very determined person, that you've got a lot of love in your heart, but it's time that you start to give yourself that pat on the back sometimes. You're somebody that you can be a bit rough or a bit hard on yourself sometimes, is the best way I want to put it. Anything you want to add there, Kay?
Oh, yeah. As soon as you mentioned the inner child there, that made me think about our beautiful oil inner child, which is, the message for you really, Paula, is to lighten up in life and to just go with the flow. And I always recommend people to go with their divine nudge. So when you're getting those nudges or those urges that you want to change, or something drops in and it excites you, that's what you need to be led by. One oil for you might be hope. Another one could be believe. But inner child, or even orange oil, is a great oil just to bring you into a state of activating your courage to express yourself freely. So, yeah.
And I totally agree there, because it is all about the courage, as you said.
And courage, it doesn't mean that you're fearless. Courage really means that you feel all those fears, or you have those messages that might be getting you to play small, but the courage is to listen to those messages but ignore them, really, isn't it, Andy? We're all going to have those things that want to bring us down or challenge us, but if we succumb to that, really we're not on our true purpose. So,
no, but that's it. And I really feel like it doesn't take you much to jump back on and find who you are again.
Absolutely. So Paula, I've put some my LinkedIn comments in, my, what do you call it? My links where you will find me. I have a group called Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom, and I have a page where I go live on a Tuesday night, and I host a meditation every week. So if you are interested in connecting with me, reach out through those links, and this goes to anybody. You can friend request me, and you can set up a time for a little bit of a consultation where I give you a bit of insight and into a little bit of a reading. So we're going to move on to David George. David. Now, David's my friend in the USA, and he's keen to get a kit with us soon. He's expressed his interest in that several times, so we're waiting patiently for the moment that David reaches out. But he would like a reading from you, Andy, if you
no worries. As soon as you said David's name, I just went back up to the comments just so I could see David's name. And
yes.
I was led to get out a different deck. So
yes.
So I've got the Bonfire deck. And
while you're doing that, I'm going to tune into an oil so that David gets some inspiration, and we will come up with an essential oil that's going to support you. Thanks, David. David's such a beautiful person. He's always resonating with love and vibrancy.
You can really tell because the highest card in the pack is in the High Priestess. Has come out right at the end of his reading.
Yes, excellent.
So, David, the first card that actually came out for you was Judgment. Now, you're somebody that's just been stuck in other people's judgment, etc. before. You're very harsh on yourself with time. Now, I don't know what the time keeps meaning to me, because every time I look at your name and from the start, and I also read from a beautiful crystal ball that's in front of me as well, but it's like, I just keep seeing like, yeah, there's time, or you're worried about the time. As I said, it's you actually starting to, set that fire back up again and really find your sacred space. I really feel like you've just got to find that bit of space outside of home sometimes that you can go and sit and listen to some music, sit and do a meditation, sit and do something really for you sometimes. They keep telling me that you're looking to roll the dice on yourself, and that really means to me, when I say roll the dice on yourself, it really means that you're looking to take a lot of new chances with yourself and explore. As I said, people are always trying to bring up their judgments and opinions to you, but the main thing I really want to say here is with judgment is just go, you know what, it's not worth it sometimes. I've got my own judgment and I've got my own self-judgment as well. As I said, a lot of expansion around you coming up as well. When I do look at the Five of Swords, how I'll put this one, it's like best way I can explain it is virtually saying, it's time that you walk back into that sunset again. I really see a lot of changes happening in our work life, etc. at the moment. So work for me, I do see some changes, or you walking away from the current job you're doing, not so much the place, but so much the job. And it's a change of jobs around you, because I just see you turning your back on what you're doing at the moment to make new ways for yourself. Now, the last one that came out is the highest card in the pack for me, and it's the one that I always love to get, and it's a High Priestess. You are somebody that is very much connected to the spiritual realm, etc., and you need to take it on sometimes. You need to take those messages that you get, even that interaction. You could be walking along or doing something at home and suddenly just get this urge or get this message and go, oh, yeah, I'm just making things up in the back of my mind, etc. Take it on. You're somebody to me that you like to do your research. So I want to tell you to go and do your own research, but do it your way, not anybody else's way. You're very much a free learner, and you're very much a free person.
That sounds right. And he's also got a comment, a doctor, I've moved along from that, a doctor who needs to heal himself.
Just how I put it that way, it's time to heal your heart. The main place for you is on the love level, because you've got to look for that love, is how I want to put it, and look for that love around you. There is so much there. But again, as I said before, you've got to give it back to yourself as well.
Yes. So as we go through trauma, mentally, spiritually, physically, that lowers our vibration. We can get knocked off our perch, and really we have to delve into the depths and transform that. So I would be the oil that comes to mind for you is Valor, and Valor is the one that's going to give you strength and courage, but it's going to keep you feel really, really calm. It helps you to detach from, I always feel like if there's hooks or something that's pulling at your energy, often it might be emotionally from other people, or even those thoughts that, maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough, or you're feeling a little bit shaky. The Valor is going to give you all that support you need. To me, it's like leaning against the tree and cashing in, or not cashing in, that's probably not the right way to say it, but connecting the energy with go and sit under a tree, sit against the branch and connect with those, roots that go deep into the ground, and also through that branch coming out into a beautiful canopy. So that's the picture I see for you, David. So, yes. So I talked about an oil for you, and who else? I've just written, so Ruchita, can't remember your surname, but you wanted courage to stand up for yourself. Stand up for myself and self-love. So, Andy, if you want to, this lady's name is Ruchita, Ruchita, if you want to look her up there. And thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. You've got Andy Lang here, who is a psychic mentor. Have you got your crystal ball there, Andy?
I do. Let me pull it out in front of me.
Yes, he has this beautiful crystal ball that sits with him and supports his energy somehow. And if you want to talk about that, you can. But Ruchita, she's saying, yes, please. She's still here. So Andy and I both have in common the fact that we both love, adore, appreciate Young Living oils, and we know that they have the most amazing transformative effects. They're organic, they're sustainable. We know the integrity of the oils is second to none. And when we're using these oils, it's like we are tapping into a symphony of notes, which brings harmony and into our lives, and it helps our body, all the natural functions of our body. It supports all the natural functions of our body. So we feel revitalised, invigorated, upbeat, or calm, whatever mood we are looking to invoke. So yes, Rashita. How are we going, Andy? Let's know when you're ready to.
I am ready. So at the moment, they tell me that you're going into battle now. I don't know what the battle is, or I don't know what you're battling, but they keep saying that you're going for a battle at the moment. Now, when I'm looking here, I keep wanting to say that it's time that you let off some steam sometimes and let your hair down. You're somebody that you're always on the go is the best way to explain you, because the way I see you here, as I said, you're shooting off into many different directions, but you're never coming back and making that time for yourself sometimes, and that's a really important thing. You've got a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul, and it's like, I don't know why you keep putting yourself down or keep putting yourself on body issues, etc., but they keep just saying, every time I speak about you, they keep saying, no, she shuts herself down, and every time you call her beautiful, she goes, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. It's like you are. You've got to learn to take a compliment, and you've got to learn to get ready to take a chance on yourself. I know that you've always let people win, is how I'm going to put it, but not anymore. I really see you as a winner. You're somebody that's coming to victory. When I look at the King of Swords, it's funny what my guides are saying to me at the same time, because they said the way you keep seeing things is it's only this way. It can only be done that way. Or I've got to impress this person, or I've got to impress that person. The only person that you need to really impress is you. As I said, I really keep seeing a bit of study happening for you, because it's like they keep showing me an open book. So I don't know what the study is coming up, but I do want to say in 2021, I do believe this is a bit of study for you. Yeah, every time I look, and even I've looked into the ball a couple of times, they keep showing me an aeroplane in the ball, and they keep showing me some nighttime, how do I call it, plane rides, so to speak.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Some journeying.
Just be careful just to put that bit of protection around you before you do, because it's like you need to zone out, so to speak, while you are on that relaxing ride is how I need to put it. But the last card for you is Temperance. Time to spread your wing and take opportunity. Yes. Time to step into the new depths and the new roles. Time for you to bring out who you are again.
Absolutely. And, when we do healing work with people, or, if we're in this realm of, being psychic or having these gifts, Andy and I have gone through a journey to put ourselves in this position. We weren't born, on Facebook doing readings and activating people's courage and giving you special messages. It's been a journey, hasn't it, Andy? I know you've had a bit of a journey me.
I'm still not somebody that always likes the camera, but I've had to get used to it.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that was the same as you, Kay. When we first spoke about live feeds, etc., it was having to find our courage to go, like, you know what, we're only judging ourselves. It's only us worrying. It's nobody else, because every time we seem to look back, or you go back through, it seems that everybody's happy, and we're providing people what they need. So,
exactly. Yes, exactly. And I think really I think more and more in this world, giving is part of the journey.
Oh, look, I believe in giving back. Giving back is the best thing that I always hear people say, but giving doesn't always mean that it's got to cost something, or you've got to take something back. It always pans itself out in time, as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask you a question, Kay? What's your favourite oil?
Oh, and that is always really, I always like to say what my favourite oil now at the moment is, and I'm is Believe. I've just got myself a brand new bottle of Believe, and this oil is so amazing because it's a good one to help step into your courage, because if you don't believe in yourself, well, you haven't got that inertia. to take those steps that you need in the direction where I always talk about divine nudges, Andy, and I know that my role of coming onto these lives and my role through my journey with these beautiful essential oils that have been so transformational for me, and they're a key to what to how I work, and they're the key to what I do. Now, if I hadn't come across these beautiful oils in 2010, I definitely wouldn't be sitting here doing this. I definitely wouldn't be the person who I am. So what I discovered was using oils helps with that transformation in a way that I never imagined it could, because they release our old patterns and they helped us to open up into a whole new version of who we really are. That's how I see them. Is that how
it is? But also, I remember when sitting down and talking to you for the first time about your oils and hearing how they've taken you like through all over the world, so to speak.
Yes,
you've had so many opportunities to travel through Young Living, etc.
Yes.
And I've never heard of that with other companies, etc., because you just don't hear of that.
Yes.
Or you hear of somebody look in another country, etc., but never somebody where in little old Tasmania.
Yeah. That's right. So, well, I've been really blessed with winning trips around the world. And what I love is that the trips that I've won has taken me to some of our Young Living farms. And, you know, when I first started using these oils, I kind of couldn't, I'd never seen such a vibrant community who could get so excited about what they're doing. And
Yes.
I've won trips around the world, and I've gone to the Young Living farms. So I've been to France, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Hawaii, and I've been to our convention and farm in the USA several times. So I've actually won 8 trips around the world, Andy, which is pretty mind-blowing. So that wouldn't have happened if I had not followed my divine nudges. So my message to everybody here is, if you've got these little messages niggling away at you, if you get these little seeds of inspiration, follow those seeds. And when you come to a bump in the road, for me, I just get an oil out, and that helps me to smooth the bump over. It helps me to go with the flow. Who was that last person? I was thinking about Rashita. I think stress away was what came to me for you, darling. Stress away, to look at life with a new perspective. Yes. So you're eyeing some people off there, Andy. Is there anyone picking up? You're picking up? I see.
Brittany.
Andy. Yeah, go.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yes. I had her, and then I had Angela Phillips next.
Oh, see, we're on the same track then.
Excellent. So we'll go with Brittany.
Perfect. Let me go. Ace of Coins. 5
Nice.
of Swords.
Oh.
10 of Cups.
Oh, very nice.
Ace of Coins, time to unlock new opportunities. There are new opportunities coming in your direction. I'm going to call it straight up from what I said in the ball. In the next 5 months, I really see a lot of changes coming to you. And it's not just financially that it's helping, but it's also taking you on new journeys, is how they keep putting it. Because every time I'm looking in the ball from the card, every time I look in the crystal ball, they keep taking me down a beautiful lake or river, something like that. Because it's like I've got grass on both ends. It's like I'm following it down. So it's like you're going on a journey, but this is a very abundant journey for you. There's a lot of luck to come out of this next direction that you're unlocking, because it's time that you unlock your biggest potential, and that's you. When I look at the 5 of Swords, there's a bit of conflict around you. And when I say conflict, it's like there's 2 people trying to get your attention. And the best way I seen it was, every time I'm unsure about a card, I'll look up into the ball and go, okay, what do I see in there? I just see 2 males bickering and arguing, or, being typical males and being staunchy, so to speak, and going, no, we're trying to get our attention, or I'm trying to get their attention. To me, you're somebody that goes, you know what, I'm following my own direction for the first time in a long time. You may find it better that you're sometimes like to go and do things by yourself, or you're that real person that, how do I call you? You're just that, you're not a hermit, you're somebody that's very social, etc. But at the same time, you just walk away from the drama these days because you've had enough drama before. Now, with the Ten of Cups, they keep telling me that there's an opportunity, but you are obviously doing some training or some teaching yourself. So I don't know what knowledge you're passing on to others at the moment, but I really see, Brittany, that there's a bit of knowledge that you're passing on. I don't know if you're also looking at a home in the next few years, but I keep looking at 5 and they keep showing me a change around home, but they keep saying that this is something that you're buying as well. So I don't know if you're looking at buying a home or something like that, but the way they keep showing me is it's like 5 years and I can't go past the 5. We're looking for new home, new possibilities. But at the moment, you really got to start to plan what you want and be a bit more assertive with yourself sometimes by going, no, that's okay. I'm done with the drama and I'm letting some of the people that have got the drama out of my life. So it's not being bossy on yourself or anything like that. It's just going, no, I'm doing the right things for me now, not for everybody else. You got anything to add, DK?
Well, the oil that came jumping out at me for you, Brittany, is peppermint oil, because peppermint is the one that's going to wake you up. It's going to jolt you out of where you come from. It's going to uplift you and help you to move into a whole new space. It's the oil that you use when you're feeling asleep and you need to wake up. So also the oil that will help to put you in a new space to move forward. So, and our peppermint oil, you can actually add a drop or two to your water and you stir it around. Do you like drinking the oils at all, Andy?
Yes, so I do that with my orange oil every morning.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I put 2 drops of orange oil into my water.
Yes.
And that's what I start the day with.
That sounds good. And orange is another courage oil because it helps you to move on from feelings of self-sabotage. It's uplifting, it's refreshing. A good one to put around your solar plexus area or your that region to help you expand your feelings of self-esteem and confidence.
So that's always a good thing about UK. You've got so much knowledge with the oils, and it's like I'm always learning different things. So every time I talk about to you, I'm always learning different things, what to do with the oils.
Yes, well,
and that's what I like. And at the same time, when you look at any Young Living page or anything like that, you see that everybody just bands together and shares their experiences.
Absolutely, yes. So on that note, if anyone's interested in connecting with me further, I did post my link earlier. I'll try and grab it again when Andy's doing his next reading. You can join my K's Essential Oil Wisdom group, where every Wednesday night I go live at 8 o'clock. And we talk about oils. We often jump onto a Zoom call and people come with specific questions. And we have this little community where we support each other. So I'm always concerned about the idea that people feel like they have to spend a lot of money on mentors or whatever for self-expansion and things like that. So when you come to my oil community, people get enriched because I just love to share my passion. And everyone always says to me, Kay, you're so passionate. And I guess that's because I know these oils work. And I forget how maybe passionate I am until people say, Kay, you're so passionate about these oils. And that's because they're really like little bottles of miracles. Yeah. So how are we going, Andy? I think I can see you've got your eye on somebody there.
You chose somebody next, didn't you?
The next one was Angela Phillips, and hers was the courage to step into, what was it? The courage, where are you, Ange? And now Ange uses these oils. I met Ange on this page, and where is she? Courage to step forward with her job in the direction she's going. I think it was something like that. So I reckon that will be she'll get something out of that, because I know Anne's going through lots of changes. The courage to move into that arena that she wants to move into.
And that explains the expansion around her.
Okay.
2 of coins, and the relaxation, which is the 4 of swords. So, 10 of Swords is all about new growth that's around you, because I just see new continuous growth with the 10 of Coins, because every time I'm looking, it's like, you you've got everything and you've started to, how do I say, get ready for, you're getting yourself prepared for a lot of change, but you're, how do I say, getting that motivation and that self-motivation, but at the same time, with taking on all the knowledge and all the advice that you're reading up on or doing your research at the moment, it's like you're really in the right zone at the moment. I know that you're somebody that's always got their head down and trying to get into that next movement or that next focus, and I really feel like you're right on the cusp of it. I don't want to say it's a matter of months or anything like that, because I really feel that you're already starting to move in there as we speak. It's time for you to do things differently for yourself. As I said, you're somebody that's very much an individual and very much somebody that whenever you're passionate about something, you bring that passion to life. And this is exactly about your next project of what you've got to do in your life. So that next phase that you're going into, I'm not sure if it's a job or work of any kind, but they just keep telling me that it's something fulfilling for your soul as well. When I'm looking at the Two of Coins, the Two of Coins is virtually saying it's time for you to push yourself to that next level, not everybody else. You've always been the person that's happy to give the boost and happy to give their heart, happy to give their love, happy to give their passion. And that's exactly what you've been able to give everybody. You've been a mentor, you've been a teacher to a lot of people through your life. And I know you'll never see yourself as that type of person, but you ask the people that love you and adore you as your friends, your family, etc., and they'll all agree with what I'm saying about being the mentor. As I said, it's all about enriching your knowledge. Look, there is a bit of financial incentive about what you're going into, is how I'm going to put it, because it's like your finances are being a bit boosted as well. But the last one for you is the Four of Swords, where I want to say, at the end of the day, just go and have a bath or go and relax somewhere. Go and enjoy the moment. You're somebody that, look, that peace and quiet for 5 minutes, or the music that's going on in the bathroom or wherever, is really something that can put you at ease. But at the end of the day, please just go and relax and go and do something for yourself, because you're such an extraordinary person with a heart and soul that's got a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of love. And as I said, that next direction that you're going in, there's no stopping you. All I can do is smile, because the energy is like, yeah, you've done it. You've done this all by yourself. Congratulations is what I have to say.
Wow. Awesome. Just what you need to hear. Now, I met Ange a few months ago on the Spiritual Events Directory on an event like this, and she got herself a kit of oils, and I will be bringing her on one night to share her story, because she definitely has been changing in direction. And I know that one day she said to me, Kay, I'm here for the long haul. I'm not walking away from these oils. And so that's really exciting. So some really good insight there for you, Ange, and the oil I'm picking for you is joy. Remember to stay in that state of joy, and that is really, and really this is a message for all of us, because if we're not in our joy, what's the point?
Exactly.
And you know, joy's really my it's my direction onometer or something. If I'm not in my joy, I'm in the wrong place. That's really what it's all about. And in each and every moment, we've all got that ability to choose joy or to choose doom and gloom. And in part, I think that is retraining how we think and how we feel. And if you're having a challenge with that, that's why we love these oils, because they are going to bring in this beautiful, gentle layer to bring in the flow and to help you uplift your vibrations. So that for me, Andy, I've let go of so many things in my life that were not serving me. And I truly believe that these oils have helped me to come into true alignment of my soul's purpose, really. That's how I explain them.
I agree, because it's like with these oils, I've been able to make a lot of changes, not just in my work life, but also in my personal life.
Yes.
I've made a few goals for myself, like when I first set out and brought the kit from you, that day I set myself a goal.
Yes.
This is what you need to do, and they need to inspire you to go to that next level.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, my next level came just earlier this year. And it's like, okay, well, I've got what I want, but it's not going to stop me from putting it out there every day going forward still.
Absolutely. Now, on that note, are you still doing regular shows?
Yes.
Are you?
Trying
Yes.
to.
Yes. Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to inspire you to maybe become a bit more consistent. I know on Tuesday night, where I have my show called Activate Your Courage with Kay Hamilton, I'm going to be inviting you over there so people can see you again and get to know you. Now, Andy, you might grab the opportunity to go to your Facebook page and grab your Facebook, your personal profile. Are you happy for people to friend request you there, or do you want them to go through the spiritual events? Through the New Age Festival link.
You can go for a New Age Festival, or I'll give you the other link for me.
Yes. Now, on that note, now on the 13th, is it the 13th and 14th of February? You can all come down to Tasmania because Andy lives in Hobart, which we're actually 4.5 hours apart from where we live. But I'll go down to the New Age Festival. I'll have all my beautiful oils. And Andy, tell us what's happening at the New Age Festival. You can
So the New Age Festival is Tasmania's new spiritual event. It's somewhere where we want to get a community together. We want to get people together for a fun-filled weekend, for everybody to have some fun. We've got the oils, we've got crystals, we've got some readers like myself. We have Reiki, we have healing. Kay's just brought on a light therapist in the last few weeks because Kay talks about the festival as well. And people are coming and saying to me, "Oh, well, Kay told me to ring you because of this."
Yeah.
And it's the best thing, but it's a day of that I call is a spiritual community coming together of 2 days of fun. And we only make it a gold point donation for entry, so it's not a big entry fee, etc. And just some of the free little things that are in there, the demonstrations, the talks that people give at the same time. And look, if you know Kay and find her at the event, I am sure that you'll always find a lot of knowledge right there.
Oh, thank you. Now, have you got any stall spaces left, or are they filling up fast?
I have one double stall space,
yes,
one single stall space left, so one of each left.
Oh, is that all?
And one reader space left.
Oh, okay. So if anyone's down in Tasmania, what date's that on?
That is the 13th and 14th of February.
So, yes, excellent. So that'll be down in Tasmania.
I'm going to send you the link, Kay, because it won't let me post in this little...
Yes, okay. So I'll go on to the...
I'm also going to post it in the comments from my personal page.
Oh, awesome. So I will... so on this note, now anyone I can see people are still wanting readings. Oh, good, Andy, you've put that on. Perfect. So people, we are just giving you like a snippet tonight. If you really want to do the work that needs to be done, if you really want to dig deeper and gain some insight, Andy will give you, how long are your sessions, Andy, an hour or?
So we start from 30 minutes and go all the way up to the hour.
Okay, so if you want some dedicated time with Andy, reach out, find him on his Facebook connection, and I've also got a link. I'll grab my Linktree link. Andy, I must show you how to do that because it's awesome. With one link, they can find you everywhere. Because
that's easy.
Yeah, so I'll teach you about that one. That's a really good thing that I've recently learned. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to say to you, do you want to pick someone? I know Tanya Dixon keeps asking about career. George Morrison, I think you can decide who you're going to pick.
Tanya
Andy
Dixon. Career sounds good to me. Let's have a look.
Okay. And while you're doing that, George, I want to talk to you about, you've made a comment that you've got animals. Well, our oils are 100% pure. Many oils aren't. That's why the vibration of these oils is particularly special. Gary Young was so determined to make sure that we get the best quality of oils possible. And he actually had a lot of his oils tested with a ripe machine many years ago with a chap by the name of what's his name is gone. Anyway, that'll come back. But he had we had some of our blends and some of our oils tested for the frequency of them. Now our frequency goes up and down according to whether you're uplifted or according to what's happening in your life. But when you bring these oils into your life, what they do is help you to take more control, bring more balance and harmony. So it's over to you, Andy.
And they all obviously don't do that much harm, because most of the time if I am in a reading and it's over the internet of Skype, FaceTime, or even over the phone, my dog sits right at my feet.
Yes.
And of course, the oils are going in the background all the time around my house, so not just in the office.
Yes.
So I'm quite sure if there was a problem by now with the dog or cat,
yes,
my two would have had it. But
yes,
keep coming back for more, just keep smelling them.
Yes, well, there is a problem if you don't have pure oils, and most oils on the market aren't pure, is something I discovered, and until I came across Young Living, and which took me on a bit of a learning curve to understand the importance of distiller. Growing them organically is what Young Living does, harvested at certain times of the day, distilled in a certain way to make sure that the harmony of the oils is intact. So I can't get the link for Andy to work.
So let's have a look here, Tanya. Let me have a look for you. I really see that you're not the happiness person in your career at the moment, because every time I look, I keep seeing a sad and dual, and it's like everything's holding you down. So I really feel like you're where you're at the moment. I really feel like you're passing a moment of difficulty or a period of difficulty for yourself. And how do I say? To me, I keep wanting to say that you're starting to take yourself away and you're starting to imagine yourself somewhere else. There is the big problem at the moment is there's not a lot of love in your career, not a lot of love for it, is how I needed to say it. You're somebody that you've got a lot of drive and a lot of kick, etc. But when you don't get supported by your peers or superiors, etc., you feel like you're devaluated. I really think that you're actually going through a whole 6-month period of change, and I really feel like it actually started back in October, because every time I look at your new road of journeying career, the Four of Cups actually tells me that you're starting to get a bit bored as well, that you're starting to find that time of, okay, I can sit back and I can dwell on things again. So I don't want you to actually dwell on things, because when I'm looking at the King of Coins, this is all about the change actually coming through. I actually see that you're going to yourself, it's time that I stop what I'm doing now and get ready to implement that change. I really think the implement of change is actually going to come up, as I said, within the next 4 months, because we're in just about over November as well. So I actually said within the next 4 months of changing in career and changing your career as a whole. It's changing your whole career direction. Now, every time I say this, they keep telling me that you keep bringing up your age or your experience, etc. Nothing to do with it. It's your personality. It's you getting yourself off across the line. So don't worry if you haven't got this certificate in this or that, because that's all right. You're going in and showing them who you are. There's a lot of things that you're getting ready to do, or that you know how to do, that may look like on paper you need a certificate, but in your eyes, no. As I said at the moment, stop watching the clock. Stop watching the clock go by and going, okay, well, I've got 4 months from what Andy said, etc. If you watch the clock and time watch for the next 4 months, it will go very slowly and no doubt drag even longer. Because that's the way the universe works sometimes. We can't get everything that we want straight up. But for you, Tanya, it is all about going, no, I am changing. I'm changing for number one now, and that's me. I'm going to be happy. I feel like you're going to laugh again. You've got somewhere you're going for a workplace where they appreciate you. They appreciate your time. I hear a thank you going out the door. Now, thank you might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but for you, that gives you everything and more for the next day. So to me, it's your time that you get ready to start applying for a few more opportunities, but branching yourself out into something that you'd like to do and something that you'd find enjoyable. Because how I see your next job is a job that you'll actually love.
Oh, that's great news for you. So, hey, so spot on. Excellent. No, Tanya, I was thinking about you while Andy was talking, and I've got a blend here somewhere called Peace and Calming. Don't know if I can put my hand on it immediately, because all my oils move around all over the place. But we have a beautiful blend called Peace and Calming, and I think the sense for you is, Tanya, is to take the pressure off yourself. And when we just sit back and and go into a place of feeling peaceful and drop into our sense of calm, the answers will come and the confidence will come. And I get that thing of cutting ties with anything that is going to hold you back, because you'll never be happy while you allow those things to keep holding you back. So Love Oil's going to look into these oils. Yay, Tanya. So send me a friend request. I'm happy to have a conversation. I also do little mini readings. Usually I'm here on a Thursday night by myself, and I've been hanging out to get in alignment with Andy to bring him on board. So, Andy, would you come back?
Yes, I will come back.
You would come back. That's awesome. It
wasn't so hard this time when I actually said, I'll put it in the diary.
Yes, excellent. Yes, excellent. So we were scheduled for a couple of weeks ago, but that all fell apart. But anyway, that's okay. Georgie Morris, frankincense is the oil I get for you, because it's going to help those thoughts that are coming in that are blocking you, those thoughts that are sabotaging you. Frankincense helps us to get into a peaceful meditative state, very grounding, and opens up the pathways so we can get that direct connection with source. So that's an oil for you. And I think you were the one who lived in the UK. Got anything else, Andy?
Yeah, let me just add a bit there. I really, as soon as I looked at your name, it's like self-sabotage is the first thing that they kept showing me. And it's like, no, I really see that all changing around you. But you've got to stop telling yourself that you're silly and all these little things. You've got to stop worrying about your body image, Eva, because it's not about that. It's about your soul, and it's about who you are. And the energy that I'm seeing here, and I'm reading from your name because that's what I go off. It's like, I feel so happy. I've got this buzz on the left side of my body. And it's like, no, you've really got to take everything from out of the mind sometimes and really relax. Do a meditation, but for you, Georgie, I wouldn't just suggest a normal meditation of sitting down, etc. Go and put some music in your ears. Now, for me, I like heavy metal, so it's a bit of AC/DC. So look, do that. Just put it in your ears, and you'll actually find that you're really calm when you need to be. But it's time that you get that music that you've got for encouragement as well. You've got a beautiful personality, but also beware of people trying to manipulate you, especially on the male level. I keep seeing males trying to manipulate you. So just tell them to back off, and that you're now standing in your space, that you are who you are, and that's not going to change because you are beautiful inside and out.
Absolutely. Now, I like to think that we've all got courage, but nothing's going to happen unless we take that step. And that first step is always the worst. And once you know where you want to steer your direction in life, well, you just keep finding the steps. And even if something knocks you off your perch, or you come to a standstill or a roadblock, just do your prayer work, do your intentions, bring your energy in so that you can align yourself with the best version of who you are. So, Andy, guess what? We're a minute over, so we've got to jump off because there'll be more people coming in to this live stream on the Spiritual Events Directory. So I'm going to say goodbye to each and every one of you. Thank you so much, Andy. It's just so good. I'm excited.
Thank you, everybody, and of course, Kay, for having me.
Yeah, no worries. My pleasure. So let's do this again. Now, please reach out and find us. Stay connected. We've had some beautiful comments, and from our hearts to yours, because we couldn't be doing this if you weren't here and being a part of this. So each and every one plays a role. I hope you've all got some messages here, because we love to inspire and uplift you so that you can not miss out on all those beautiful opportunities that are there for each and every one of us. But we have to say yes to life. So
indeed we do.
Yes. So we're going to head off. Please find me, friend request me, come and join my oil group, come and get involved in my community. And Andy and I reckon in the future we're going to be working together. Who knows where this is going to go, but I look forward to us becoming more courageous and creating some great things together. So thanks everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Kay.
See you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.